So I have woken up from my surgery and this is my face.
Hi everyone, it's Ramona and I have a really exciting topic to talk to you about today. I'm going to be talking to you about my surgical rhinoplasty, which I got done about a month and a half ago now, and I'm really excited to talk about this. So this is my new nose. I'll show you from the side. I'm going to be talking you through the whole experience of it, what it was like getting it done during COVID-19. I also did a Q&A on Instagram, so I've got all your questions here and I will be answering all of them. There's a lot to cover, so I'm literally just going to go straight into it. Okay, so first of all, why did I get this done? So I've always had a big nose. Both my parents have big noses. My mum has a long nose, my dad has a wide nose. I got the combination of both, which is great. And I've actually wanted to get this done since I was about 12 years old, which I know sounds really young. People have pointed out how my nose was big. I remember sitting at a restaurant once and my friend literally turned to me and he was like, you know, you have a really big nose. And I was just like, I know, don't need to point it out. And so from when I was 12, I was like, when I can afford it and when I'm older, I'm gonna do it. So I got it done. So I actually filmed a little clip before I got my nose done, showing you what I didn't like about my nose. So I'm literally just gonna show you that now. Okay, so this is pre-surgery Ramona. So I'm gonna show you what was wrong with my nose in the first place, or what I thought was wrong. From the side you can see it's long, and it's also a bit curved, especially when I smile, and it's actually crooked, so I don't know if you can see, but it goes straight, then there's a bump, and then it goes this way. So you can see here, when I smile, it kind of droops down. My dad has this dip over here, and I have that dip, and I wanted to get rid of it, so hopefully shortening this dip here. I have a bump over here on both sides because when I was little, when I went for swimming lessons, I wore my swimming goggles too tight, so I basically have like bunions on my nose. And if I look up, my nostrils, they're quite big. I think they look like kidney beans. I did ask the surgeon to make them smaller, but he said that if I did, it would just look unnatural and it would make my nose look very pinched. So we're actually keeping the nostrils the same size. Also, the tip of my nose is quite bulbous and I have these two little pointy bits here which I don't like, and hopefully we're going to narrow that down a bit as well. So this is the last time you're going to see my nose, so enjoy. So another question I got was, how did I find my doctor? Finding a surgeon is really difficult. I was Googling it for a while and there's just so many to choose from. Luckily, one of my friends actually got her nose done and she told me about her doctor. The doctor's name is Dr. Kirkpatrick. He is really, really good. And I literally just booked a consultation with him straight away. There is a website you can use called Real Self, and so if there's any surgeon that you're looking at, just go to Real Self and there's basically reviews of all the surgeons and also ratings, and people post their pictures as well sometimes. Okay, so my first consultation with Dr. Kirkpatrick. So he works at the Consulting Suite on Great Portland Street in London. The first appointment, the first consultation, I basically asked him a list of questions. I asked him how many rhinoplasties he does a year. I think he did about 20, which is kind of like the standard. I also asked what his qualifications were, what his experience was, how long he's been a surgeon for, and also if he had worked on Asian noses before, and he said that Asian noses are very similar to Caucasian noses, so it's fine. But if you are black and you want to get your nose done, I would probably recommend going to a doctor who has worked with black noses before because the structure is different. Also asked him what was going to be involved in the procedure, whether it would be closed or open rhinoplasty, so they are different. So what they had to do for my nose was they had to slit it over here, so I had an open rhinoplasty. They had to cut it over here and basically like stretch the nose back, which is really disgusting, I know, and kind of just cut away at the bone, do whatever they had to do. So I had an open rhinoplasty. I also asked if they had to break my nose. Luckily they didn't. When they break your nose, you do tend to get more bruising. I also asked them about the risks. So the risks of rhinoplasty said are quite low. The major risks are that you can get scarring around where they cut your nose. I still have a bit of a scar, I can feel it. They also said that the results might not be what you want them to be, that's a risk. You could also get dead skin, so like discoloration of skin around your nose, and I think it just goes black. But he actually said that derma fillers on your nose are very dangerous. You can go blind from it because there are so many arteries around your eyes and your nose. And if you hit the wrong one, you can just go blind instantly. And there are cases that it has happened. With rhinoplasty, surgical one, you can't really go blind. The risks are quite small with rhinoplasty, so it's safer. In the initial consultation, he also took before pictures and said that he would morph the pictures to show me the after result, and I had to come back for another appointment for that. So a month later, I went for my second appointment to see the results of what he could do. From the front it looked quite similar, but from the side when he showed me the pictures I was like, whoa, like that's so different. I actually asked him, I was like, can you make my nostrils smaller? Can you make the tip a little bit smaller? And he said no, like he wants my nose to look natural, and that's why I really like Dr. Kirkpatrick. And he said that thing is, if you have something you don't like about yourself, if you find something too big or too small, you tend to overcompensate and you try to go too small or too big as well. So he said, if I made my nostrils smaller and this bit of my nose smaller, my nose would look pinched and it would just look fake, like I've actually had surgery done. The next step was basically to book my appointment, which is really exciting. So costing, this is such a popular question. Okay, so I think this needs a drum roll. I'm going to tell you how much I spent on my nose. So I spent, drum roll, just under 10k, which I know sounds ridiculous. And I feel like people are gonna be like, oh no, why did you spend so much on your nose? You didn't need it. Okay, so I'm gonna break down the cost to you. It was about just over 5,000 for the surgery, just over 3,000 for the anaesthetist, £250 for the first consultation, and then you had to pay the hospital. And mine was a day case, and I think it was like maybe £300, I can't quite remember. So overall it came to about 9.5 grand. But that also includes my follow-up appointments after my surgery as well. So I have 2 follow-up appointments, one after 3 months and one after a year after surgery. Obviously COVID happened, so I booked my appointment in August, and obviously I couldn't get it done in August. So I was actually meant to get it done at Great Portland Street, where I had my consultation. Because it was under NHS contract, the hospital was closed. So I had to get it done at a different hospital, and their fees went up by 1k. So it was actually only meant to cost me 8.5 grand, which is really annoying, but I just really wanted to get it done. A lot of people actually go to Turkey to get their nose done because it's so much cheaper, but I just wanted to go to someone who was recommended. So I've had a lot of people telling me that they also want a rhinoplasty, but they're scared. But that's totally okay. I was petrified before I got mine done. Like, I would be in tears quite a few times before coming up to my surgery. The one thing that scared me the most was that I get quite panicky in certain situations. So if I feel trapped, I get very claustrophobic, and the thought of being put under GA, having someone open up my nose and me not knowing what's going on freaked the crap out of me, and I would just be in tears about it. But I spoke to my surgeon and I said, look, I'm really scared. I get panicky in certain situations. I'm scared that on the day of my surgery, I'm going to be a mess. Like, I'm just going to be in tears because I'm so scared. And he said, I will put you through to the anaesthetist and he will talk to you about the whole GA process, general anaesthetic process. That helped me so much. So I spoke to the anaesthetist. He basically told me the risks of the GA. Because I'm young and healthy, he's like, the risks are very low. And my mum was very concerned about COVID because COVID lives in the back of your nose, and obviously the nose is an entry point for COVID. So the surgeon said they're not actually going to be going to that part of the nose where COVID lives. And because my parents actually both work in the medical field, he said that I'm actually more at risk of getting COVID at home, which is really interesting. Okay, so it came up to the day before the operation. God, I just felt so sick. I had to be at the hospital for 7 in the morning. Me and mum stayed in a hotel near the hospital the night before. I had to fast, so I couldn't eat anything after 12 a.m. and I couldn't drink anything after 6 a.m. But I actually filmed the day of the operation and a few days after what the pain and everything was like. So I'm just gonna show you the clips that I filmed. So it's the morning of my surgery. Sorry, my mum's still sleeping. I didn't sleep much last night. I feel quite sick, very nervous. And I had to fast. I couldn't eat after 12 midnight. So I'm really hungry, which doesn't help with the sick feeling. This is it, this is the day. So I had to come in by myself because of COVID. Mum couldn't come with me, which is a shame because I feel like I could really do with her right now.
and I'm just waiting in my hospital room. Yeah, it's not long to go now. So I have woken up from my surgery and this is my face. Honestly, like, it was absolutely fine. I'm not in a lot of pain at all. I just feel groggy and tired from the anaesthetic. They put this on just because my nose started to bleed. This is how I look right now. So glamorous.
Okay, so I had my op and it was absolutely fine. After my op, when I woke up, I was in the hospital for about 2 hours, and then once I'd eaten and gone to the toilet, then I could go. So the operation took about 2 to 3 hours. A point actually is if you have a rhinoplasty where you have to stay in the hospital overnight, it's going to be more expensive. So a very popular question is about the pain after the op. I cannot believe how painless the whole thing was. You usually have to take 2 weeks off because you have your cast on for 2 weeks. I only took 1 week off because obviously during COVID at the moment we're working from home, so I didn't need to take 2 weeks off. People just take 2 weeks off because they have the cast on, they don't really want people to see them with the cast. So I took 1 week off, which I really needed. I was so tired that week. Pain was minimal. I actually also filmed a few days of what like the progress was like after surgery, so I'm also just going to show you those clips.
Okay, so it's the first day after my surgery. Honestly, I feel fine. Sorry, this neighbour's cat keeps rubbing against my legs. So they said that I might feel like I have a sore throat, which I do a bit. They also said that my nose will be blocked because all the blood in my nose is going to go crusty. They also said that I'm going to feel like I've been punched in the face the next few days, which is nice. And they're giving me some medicine for that. But honestly, right now I'm fine. The only thing is that I can't really move my face much because my nose hurts, and I had to cut my food into small pieces, otherwise it pulls on my stitches. But apart from that, I'm actually fine and I'm really happy. So it is day 2 of the surgery. I had woken up with a bit of a swollen eye and a bit of bruising. Last night my nose was hurting a bit, so I just took some paracetamol. The hospital gave me some really strong painkillers, but I don't really want to take them because they are very strong. So they said I can just take paracetamol instead, which is fine. And apart from that, I'm fine. Like, I'm not in a lot of pain right now. So it is day 4 after my surgery. I don't have much pain right now, which is good. I haven't had much pain in the mornings at all. It's mostly at night that I start feeling pain. I just take 2 paracetamols and it's fine. My swelling around the eye has gone down, which is nice. And also my forehead is going down. My stitches do hurt a bit, so I have to be careful when I eat. But I still can't like move my mouth a lot, or my face in general. The most annoying thing probably is that, oh God, inside my nose it's so itchy, which is good because it means that the stitches are healing. But it is a bit unbearable sometimes, and also under my cast is quite itchy. Can't wait to get this thing off my face, to be honest, but I still have another week to go, so just have to hang on in there for a bit longer. So it's day 9 after surgery. Honestly, no pain at all. It's been absolutely fine, just a little bit itchy. I have sneezed quite a few times, but I just sneezed out of my mouth now. So I thought I was getting my cast off today. Turns out it was just stitches. So the stitches came out. Didn't hurt too much. I had a few which were a bit stubborn, so that stung a little bit. So I had to wait another week for the cast to come off. So it has been exactly 2 weeks today since I had my surgery. I feel fine. I had my stitches out about 5 days ago now, which I'll show you. Look how well it's healed. It's insane. The only thing I've noticed recently is that I have a bad smell in my nose. It smells like cheesy feet, which is really nice. I did tell the doctor and he said that the smell will go away. So I had the stitches inside my nose. They're still there. They will dissolve over time. I still can't do certain things with my mouth. Like yesterday I struggled to blow out my candle. I can't blow like, because it pulls on it here and that hurts a bit. But I am looking forward to getting it off. So the day is finally here. I'm getting my cast off today and I'm so excited. This part of my plaster came off yesterday, and you know what? I lifted it up and my skin was pretty bad underneath. I'll show you. Literally just loads of breakouts. So when I get this off tonight, I'm gonna do like a really good deep cleanse. The past, I don't know, maybe like week or so, absolutely no pain. There is one more stitch that they have to get out today because it was a bit stubborn last time. I have already been told that when I get my cast off, don't be disappointed because my nose is still gonna be very swollen. So I am gonna show you what it looks like afterwards, and I'm really excited.
The day of getting my cast off was so exciting. Okay, so the appointment to get my cast off was like 2 seconds long. He used like a glue remover to take the cast off, pulled it off, and he was like, here's a mirror. I looked at it for the first time. From the front, I was like, wow, like I have a normal sized nose. I turned to the side and then I freaked out a bit and I was just like, oh, Ramona, what have you done? Because it just looked a bit piggy and my nose still looks long from the side. So I asked him a few questions. I was just like, is the tip going to go down? He said, yes, it probably will a bit. And over the next few weeks and months, my nose is going to change a lot. I also have to massage my nose still. So I had to just massage it here at the bridge and I have to just rub it up here. And after 2 weeks, I could go back to normal. I could wear glasses, I could go to the gym, I could even do weights, I could just do everything. Okay, so about any kind of discomfort or pain that I have now, a month and a half after my op, if I touch my nose, it is sensitive, like it does hurt, it aches. The tip of my nose is stiff and the doctor said that would happen for a while, for like a few months. My nose is constantly running, like constant. So I have a tissue here, always have a tissue on me. And because the tip of my nose is numb, I can't actually feel if my nose is like dripping, which is a bit gross. So I just have to like wipe it all the time. Now I'm gonna go through your Instagram questions in case I haven't answered them in this video. The first question, how much did you want changed and did the end results match your expectations? I just wanted a normal sized nose. I also hated my side profile. I didn't like people looking at me from the side. So how much did I want changed? Just wanted a normal sized nose. That was it. And has the end results matched my expectations? I don't know yet, because it actually takes a year for you to see the final results. The doctor said after about 9 months is when you kind of more or less see what your final nose will look like. My nose is still really swollen, I can feel it, especially at the tip. So I don't know, to be honest, I can't answer that question just yet. But what I see now, like I am quite happy with this, especially from the front. Okay, so another question. Were you always happy with your nose and did you grow to like it? I was never happy with my nose. I never actually grew to like it. My mum was always like, well, you know, like I grew to like my nose, you will too. I never grew to like it. I have a tiny face and just I had a big nose and like I was going to do this eventually. Do you have any long-lasting side effects and how is your breathing? So it's only been a month and a half, so I don't know about long-lasting side effects. Breathing is fine. The whole time I could breathe absolutely fine. I actually couldn't breathe out of this nostril before because of the way my nose was bent, meant that I couldn't breathe through it, but now this nostril's fine. I can breathe through both nostrils, which is nice. So breathing is absolutely fine. So these are actually 2 questions I don't know the answer to. So how old do you have to be? I'm not sure. Also, what is your skin thickness? I don't know actually. That's also another question that I can't really answer. But I think I've pretty much answered all your questions, so I hope that was helpful. Okay, so there are a few things that I want to say about this whole rhinoplasty thing. I'm not promoting surgery, but if there is something that you want to get done and it'll make you feel that little bit more confident, then why not? There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't make you fake, it doesn't make you plastic, it doesn't change who you are as a person. I'm exactly who I am, the same person as I was before. So don't let people judging you get in the way of your decision. Indians tend to have big noses, and then I've had people saying, especially on like TikTok, oh, you got your nose done because of internalized racism. That's not why I got my nose done. I just had a big nose and I didn't like it. The way I see it is, if you're a woman and you get a breast enlargement or reduction, it doesn't make you more or less of a woman. So just because I got the size of my nose reduced and I'm Indian doesn't make me less of an Indian. The shape and size of my nose does not define me as an Indian. So I don't think it's fair to say that. Especially as a woman, I can do what I want with my body. It's my money, my body, so just let me do what I want with it. A lot of you probably know that I am a strong feminist and very passionate about it. People say getting plastic surgery done, fillers and so on is against feminism, and I get why people say that, but this is a decision that I made for myself, and I'm very happy with my decision. It hasn't made me less of a feminist either. I'm still very passionate about it. So I think that's pretty much everything, but if you guys have any questions, please do put in the comments below and I will answer them, or DM me on Instagram I'll put my Instagram around here somewhere. I've also put the links to the doctor and the clinic in the description, and I just hope this video was helpful. And if you are getting your rhinoplasty done, if it's coming up soon, I wish you all the best. I hope it goes really well. I hope your recovery is really good as well. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting, fun content, and do follow me on Instagram as well. See you later.